Good evening. Welcome to Faribault High School and tonight's orchestra concert at our high school. I'm Joe Timmer, proud assistant principal of this fine school. Seniors, we are incredibly excited to celebrate you and celebrate with you as we kick off an entire month of celebrating our graduating seniors here at Faribault High School. Before we begin our concert, please turn off all electronic devices so they don't distract our performers and audience members. You're in for a treat tonight. I've had the privilege of working with Mr. Sloan for the last 8 years here at Faribault High School. He's an amazing teacher, a talented musician, and he's an inspiration to many of our students here that you will see on stage tonight. Sit back and relax and enjoy the concert.
Thank you all for coming out tonight. Our next piece is based on the old song, The Drunken Sailor. And so this is a great song. There's going to be about 11 different variations of it. See if you can pick that out. Thanks again for coming out tonight. I know there is a Timberwolves game for those of you that are interested in that. So we will be done by then. This is really difficult. This is about a 7 or 8 minute piece of music. It's going to test their endurance skills. Just again, see if you can pick out the variations of that theme. I told them I would talk for just a second to get them reorganized, give their arms get some blood back into their forearms and wrists and hands and that. They've come a long way since the beginning of the year. I don't know if some of you were here for the first concert they played, and they've made significant strides, and their attendance is phenomenal for the most part. Just an excellent group. It's nice to see progress and interest and not apathy, so happy about that, and I think they are progressing very well and ready to move on. So that's good. Without further ado, our last song is called Fantasia on a Theme from Thailand. All right, I've got two more things to do, and then we're done. First thing is I want to recognize the seniors. So these seniors, as it says in your program, I think this is probably the last of the fourth graders that have come through with me from elementary school when we used to have elementary orchestra. It'd be really good if we could get that back at some point. So you could, I mean, Owatonna has it, Northfield has it, and so it'd be really nice for us to be competitive in that regard, even though I don't really like competition in music, but it really helped. I see a difference with the players that started in 4th grade and progressed all the way up to 12th grade. I mean, that's a long time. I think it said on that screen, some of them 9 years. That's crazy. I mean, I must look a lot different to them in 9 years. I look at the old pictures, I'm like, wow, I look so young. What happened? They look the same. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, so Andy first. I'm going to start with Andy. Plays the viola, sings in choir. It's really great having Andy in orchestra. His skills have improved a lot recently. He's done a lot of solo ensemble stuff, a few things there, and when he's awake, he plays quite well. He can sleep anywhere, anytime. Am I right? This is, by the way, this is orchestra roast. You know, you've heard of celebrity roast, so this will be orchestra roast. They can roast me, that's fine. I think we almost lost him to sleeping when we were on our LA trip. And who can forget Sun Country losing your viola on the trip too? So we got all the way out to LA and the viola never made it back. So that was quite a, I don't know what, we never knew what happened to it. They gave us $75 for it. It was worth like $2,500. So I was kind of disappointed in Sun Country. Maybe we should have rode Spirit, I don't know. But, yeah, so Andy, congratulations. I have something for you. This is a medal. It says 4 years of Faribault High School Orchestra. So congratulations. Ellie Rice is next. Very special person to me, and I know she's been through a lot of trials and things, but one thing is she's always comes out positive and not wanting to quit. She stuck with orchestra through many of the middle school changes, COVID, just lots of different things in her life, and she's been a huge help for me. Doing many things behind the scenes, like creating our slideshow tonight, and helping me with the music library, and just generally just being a big help. No complaints, just gets it done. Has gone to some of the seniors tonight to get the slideshow together. So really proud of Ellie and her work, and gonna miss her, and her sister Hallie had too. So I don't think we have any more Rices coming through orchestra, right? So it's great having you in orchestra. Congratulations, Ellie.
So it's really hard to believe that this night is here. Standing here looking out at all of you and thinking back on all the time that we spent together playing music. It's overwhelming in the best way possible, and so much of that feeling is thanks to Mr. Sloan. You've been more than just a teacher. You've been a mentor, a cheerleader, and a constant source of inspiration. You've taught us so much, whether that be music related or a random fun fact about cruise lines. These moments, big and small, have shaped us. You saw potential in every single one of us, even when we doubted ourselves, and you patiently, and I mean very patiently, guided us toward achieving it all. You created a community within this orchestra, a place where we felt supported, challenged, and truly appreciated in your classroom. Your dedication goes so far beyond the classroom. You've invested your time, energy, and your heart into this program, and the impact that you've had is immeasurable. The skills we've gained and the friendships we've made are something that I'll never forget. Thank you for everything, for the music, for the lessons, and for being such an amazing teacher.
Very sweet. How'd you know you were next? That's pretty good. Leah is next, and another very special student to me, who is just very talented in the arts. Maybe you saw the theater production, or a couple of theater productions. Just does such a great job with singing and acting and music. Sang at our concert in December, and just really did a beautiful job with Once Upon a December. Really nicely done. Just very talented in the arts, and also excelling in dance. I forgot to mention that too. She's worked hard to improve in orchestra, has been willing to play solos in our pieces, willing to play for choir at Big 9 this year, which is it's hard to get up in front of a bunch of people you don't know and play by yourself a violin part. It takes a lot of nerves to do that. And it's not easy things to do, especially doing all this with the academic expectations of being a senior. So really proud of Leah, just been such a special person throughout 9 years, is that what it is? It's crazy, 9 years, so congratulations, Leah. We give it a hand.
So I've been playing since 4th grade. I first started with the viola. I started there in case I didn't like it, which, spoiler alert, I loved it. Obviously, I'm still here. I had Mrs. Sloan as my teacher in 4th grade, and one memory that I remember is I was being too rough with my viola, and I put it in my case too hard, and the bridge of it fell off, and he took it in the shop for me and paid for it himself. Thank you. I still think about that. Do you remember that? Okay, I remember that, and I'm so thankful. Oh no, what else was I going to say? I had it in my head. Oh, another thing that I'm going to miss a lot is staying after class to practice my violin and thinking it was only going to be a few questions for you about music or something, but then we end up talking for like the entire hour about like the most random stuff from like animals to like current events and psychology. I don't know, I'm definitely going to miss that a lot. I'm so thankful for everything that you've done for me and for everyone here and supporting me through everything. Even if I show up late a lot, sorry. It's senior slide, I swear. But thank you again for everything.
Oh, thank you. Really sweet. Those are beautiful. Thank you very much. Bella, again, another person, well, not another person, they're all kind of like this, but I could say, it's hard to say I just imagine, I don't know, I could be wrong on this, so you all can complain to me later, but I think it's hard for people to say anything bad about Bella. She's just a really nice spirit about her, really positive, smiles a lot, just a lovely person to have in class. So Bella's been playing since 4th grade and still has the same attitude and smile that she had back then. She's always plays for things that I ask, like solo ensemble chamber orchestra, playing out in the community, willing to be in the orchestra council, just a great person to have in class, and just really will miss her. And she just always seemed to strive to get better on the violin, just wanting to get better and improve, and took over leadership. I think you and Leah played together for many years side by side, and I think they work really well together. And she did Leah and her did all this improvement on violin by themselves, but without any private lessons, and that's pretty incredible too. It's a hard instrument, really difficult instrument, especially without private lessons. They've accomplished quite a bit, and I really appreciate her example to the younger students, just being positive, taking charge, saying, oh, we need to fix this, we need to write this down. Those are great things, attributes, and so I really will miss that and miss her too.
Sorry, I got a bit sick over the weekend, so I'm a little congested. Sorry about that. Yeah. So, this day felt very far away. It's really crazy that it's here. Like Mr. Sloan said, I've been playing since 4th grade. He was my very first introduction to orchestra, and I've been here a long time, and he's taught me a long time, and I don't think words could put in for how grateful I am for that. I think a lot of us can just sit here and say he's the reason I am the player I am today. And that's true, but it's a lot more than that. There's a lot of different teaching styles when it comes to music teachers, but I think what's special about Salone is that he's very kind and he's very patient. He never yelled, he never got angry with us. He would check up on people when he could tell something was wrong, and he took the time to get us to know us as people. He was constantly pushing us to be better musicians and better individuals, giving us constant opportunities to get out into the world of music. He was very funny and lighthearted and made you want to show up, want to be better, and want to be there. He he made us feel like we should show up not only for him but for ourselves. And that's why I am the player I am. I wouldn't be as passionate about music without him, and I definitely wouldn't have considered playing orchestra in college without him. So thank you, Mr. Sloan.
Arctic, you're next. Arctic Stub. Arctic's been playing the cello, I'm not sure when. Do you know when you started? 4th grade? Yeah, I wasn't sure, but Arctic's been playing the cello with me, I said since elementary. Been faithful to being in orchestra, learning the music, making an effort. I'm so glad Arctic stayed in an orchestra all these years. I know we've had some talks here and there, some serious talks and some hard things to talk about, but it's been great having Arctic, and I wish you the best in the future. Congrats. Just so you know, Arctic doesn't talk very much in class, so this is great.
So I have been doing this for a long time, 9 years. That's half of my life, a very long time, and it's been a very big part of my life, a positive part, and I've had a good time doing this, and Mr. Sloan has been my teacher for the majority of those years, and he's a great teacher. He's very helpful, very kind. He's been there to help me out when I am struggling with things. He's talked to me about a lot of stuff and just generally been a very good teacher. I think if I had had someone else as my teacher, I would not have learned as much as I have now. And I also want to say I'm very thankful for all of the other seniors here. I've known the rest of them for a very long time as well, and all of them are very kind and very talented people, and I just am glad that they are the ones who have been here playing with me this whole time, and I'm just very thankful for that, and just everyone who has supported me this whole time, I'm very thankful, and it's been a good time.
I guess I'll continue alphabetical. Miles, you're next. Miles Leopold. I don't think this person, again, this is one person, and nobody speaks a bad word about this person. Maybe they do. I can't imagine it. I don't know. I don't think there's a negative bone in his body. I just don't. It's one of those people. My son is like that too. Just never says anything negative. It's like, how do you go through life? I mean, me being from Philadelphia, it's just everything's negative. So, Miles, to me, you have the same voice, easy spirit that you had in 4th grade. I mean, you're just a bigger person, voice is different, but still the same person. You always had integrity, respect, always super respectful, which is, you just don't see that as much anymore. And he was always willing to play for cello, for anything, solo, ensemble, chamber orchestra, duets, trios, been several theater productions here at FHS in addition to being on the swim team. I never did get to race him in swimming, but I think he'd have no problem against me. So, Miles, congratulations.
Wow. I think it's crazy to say that I've known Mr. Sloan longer than I haven't known Mr. Sloan. So I think that just puts into perspective, you know, how big of a part he's been to all of us seniors. I'm sad that they don't do the elementary school orchestra anymore, and I'm praying that it comes back. But so freshman year, man, that I was so scared for freshman year. You're going into a new place, new teachers, new classes, and I just knew that going into orchestra, I would have Mr. Sloan, who I've known since 4th grade, and it was an amazing feeling. Made me feel more confident. Through orchestra, I've learned so much. I've learned confidence. I've learned to love other people, love friends, and experience emotions through music. So I'm so excited to continue orchestra in college. And thank you very much, Mr. Sloan.
Ben, you're next. You're the next contestant. Because I'm going in alphabetical order. So, Ben has been playing since 4th grade and has improved drastically. And I know it sounds cliche, but I mean, he was just. I heard him play an Elgar cello concerto, learned by himself without my help. I don't think any teacher helped you. That's amazing. If you've never heard the Elgar cello concerto, you should listen to it. It's a very difficult piece for cello. I wanted to do it here tonight. We just weren't able to get that learned in time. But it's just amazing. I believe that him and his brother truly love music. And you can just tell by the way they play, they practice, and he leads the cello section by his playing and his attitude. Doesn't really say very much, but definitely leads by his playing. I enjoyed spending time with him and his brother on the trip to LA. I remember talking to them quite a bit there. And, so it's been a great run with you guys, and I wish we could play tennis together because there's still a few weeks left. I just don't want to hurt him for his tennis matches, and make it difficult. So Ben, congratulations.
I don't really have anything planned, but let's see. Yeah. All right. So as everyone's been saying, it's been 9 years. 9 years of knowing Mr. Song, and each year it gets a little bit better. I honestly don't remember much from 4th grade, but I do remember Miles and I. I think we were playing, using our bows as swords or something, and I remember Mr. Song was getting a little pissed off about that. That's what I do remember. But anyways, forgot what it was. Yes, sometimes. Yeah, it's just been throughout these 9 years. Whenever anyone asks what's your favorite subject, it's always been orchestra. Each time doesn't change. And it's just great to have a way to express yourself through music. I think everyone here knows that. Yeah, I'm as Mr. Stone knows, I'm not the most talkative person, but it's good to have that kind of thing in my life. And I have Mr. Stone to thank for that because he's always been there through everything, through my terrible playing in solo ensemble sometimes. So 10th grade was not good at all, but he was there to reassure me, just to keep me going. And I don't know, I wouldn't have kept going through all this without Mr. Stone. So thank you very much.
Adam, congratulations. I'll just try to be brief here, but a lot of things I just said about his brother. Adam has been playing with me since 4th grade. He's grown as a musician, as a violist. Plays in chamber orchestra, trios, duets, solo ensemble. I know his brother and him practice, and Andy practice quite a bit, and some others maybe play together with him on their own, all without me, finding their own music. So it's been great having. I think it finally took me 6 years to confidently tell them apart. So it's good. No, it's easy to now, but I don't know what the problem was. It's just a maybe mental block on my part. But he's always had such a positive spirit, always wanting to get things right in music, and just really humble and just a great respect and integrity too. Just a great example to the younger players too, of just showing up, being here. So it's been great having both these guys in the orchestra. I will miss them tremendously. So congratulations.
Mr. Sloan just told me to be brief, but first of all, I'm going to say I'd gladly accept your challenge to attend this anytime. If you would. I just came back from the match, so I do not have anything planned, just like my brother. But yeah, as usual, I'm not even planned. But anyways, yeah, it's been really, really great to know Mr. Sloan for basically my whole life, ever since elementary. He's been like the best teacher I could have ever asked for. He's always here, always patient with us. Like, I don't know how he does it sometimes, like if we practice. I think I've been to a total of 2 lessons this year that he had to plan for me, Mr. Sloan, and he still gives me grades for it somehow. But yeah, I guess chamber works. But yeah, it's always been fun to have him. Sorry, Mr. Sloan. Okay, but anyways, yeah, I'm going to really miss him next year. I'm probably going to continue orchestra in Winona, but I'm sad I can't be Mr. Sloan because I'm going to be missing the best director here. But yeah, they told me to keep it brief. I'll keep it at that. So thank you, Mr. Sloan.
I would just like to say thank you to Mr. Sloan. I was really scared coming into the high school orchestra. I played in 6th grade, and because of the pandemic, I just lost all motivation. I didn't think I'd play music at all. I wasn't really into music. I never really thought about it. But then after playing with these wonderful people and Mr. Sloan, he's also wonderful. I found my passion for music. I joined chamber, I joined the choir. It was just an all-around amazing time. And I wouldn't have ever done it if it weren't for Mr. Sloan.
On behalf of the seniors in orchestra, we got Mr. Sloan some things. So can we just get one more round of applause for all the work that Mr. Sloan puts into this program?
You've been playing this on your desk forever. Yeah, it's beautiful. Wait. These are for you too. Yeah.
Thank you.